Hey, it's Winter. I cadged a bunch of conspiracy recordings from T-Bone's files, and he's gonna throw a strop if they get out before his death. So guess what I'm doing? Yeah. Too bad they're busted. Something about a faulty blurb fly. Whatever.
All right. Next up, we have, okay. Okay, I'm going to go for again, like in slow motion as T-Bone is, has body checked someone down and you guys are flying over again. If these are the stairs, you guys have flown out like this and you were just at a beautiful trajectory to break some neck. He punches, or they, again, you can only see here, but you can smell dog. So it's a dog man of some sort, but definitely, and they're going to punch at you. Again, they've lost their taser with this, but they're going to punch. So you're going to roll to avoid this, T-Bone. And again, a speed roll or might.
I'm trained in speed defense, so
okay, do it.
I should take it down one, and then I'm gonna also yeah. Okay, take it down one from the speed defense, and here we go. 8.
15. Okay. You want to roll get some XP you just got? Someone just gave you 3.
I just got.
Burn it before you even hit the ground.
For a 6. So it got worse.
Well, not as far as the narrative goes. So yeah. So you get punched in one of your eyes. You have 5 others. You're fine. You get punched in one of your eyes there for, let's see, it is brass. Again, these are gloves that they have on, but you can tell there's something underneath. They're reinforced, to say the least. Brass next is 4. Okay, 4 points of damage there.
Might damage?
Correct. Might first. Okay. All righty. Now, also at this point, the other blunderbuss is up. I'm just going to call her that. And the other one who's been shot down is up. And you can see 2 more racing towards, or starting to come up the stairs. So that's where everybody else is. Next is Mike. Okay. What are you doing? You're at the top of the stairs right now.
So there's more people coming up the stairs with drawn weapons or in states of weapons being drawn.
You can't. Yeah, you can hear the other 2 approaching more than you can see at this point. But blunderbuss is back up, and you can see it going up. And then the one who's been knocked down, you can also see up again, and they have their taser out.
Okay, so the one that has the blunderbuss is one that I have, like, I can see and like, okay.
Correct. Correct.
Yeah, then Engel, being super helpful, screams, Kinte's broyo mudak.
Nice.
Then bang bang.
That echoes off the walls in such a terrifying way. Even everybody else, even the other, yeah, I can dig that. What are you rolling?
I believe that is speed for me to do. Pop one off on each side again.
So you've dropped it. Trained in all weapons. Well, okay. So you're dropping it at all?
This time I don't think so.
Okay.
Well, no, I'll spend 1 level of might this time.
Okay.
Or 1 level of
effort. Yeah.
Spend speed for 1 level of effort. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's down to half now. So that's all right.
This is a battle.
That's a 10, so I'll blow another XP. That's a 6, so it's not any better than 10.
We're not doing good at the rolls today.
No, the rolls are rough. Okay, yes.
Mike, you gotta adjust that formula.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta enable hack mode, and that's the roll tool. Okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
I'll get to that.
everybody but Alex.
So you with that, you another 2 shots go out. So 2 shots off of each gun.
Yeah.
And yeah, it starts to zip, 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 bounce and ricochet around the stairwell going down into this subterranean level. Okay. We are at. Oh wait, wasn't Jack? You were going to go
Yeah,
first.
I'm up.
They're kind of at the
Sorry
same.
about that. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's see. So Josiah he's spun.
You can see hedge maths of something being pulled out. You can see that shit's about ready to go down there. You can see Blunderbuss coming up with, aiming there. You can see someone else coming up. You can hear more. And yeah.
Yeah.
Josiah is the least offensive person. He's kind of offensive personality-wise, but okay. So I'm gonna. I think all he wants to do is get out of the fray. So he's got 2 guards behind him. He's got Winter not about to knife someone in the throat. He's gonna run around to the other side of the building and try to just get away from all this. So I literally just all I want to do this turn is get on my feet and then dash and get around the corner so I'm out of, people.
You're gonna ditch me?
Yeah, I'm gonna run as far away from crazy lady with knife and people with guns as I can run. I am not useful for you.
I'm really glad you created this character, Jack.
Yes.
Well,
Hey,
if you had waited a
I
minute,
have abilities, just not with being shot at.
Yeah, it makes sense.
I was gonna pause the battle for you.
No. Okay, so do just a basic speed roll, as again, just so you
I
don't
got
get
a 13.
Okay. Yes, you do it. And you're backing up, and perfect. Let's see, Shar, you are up. What's Winter doing?
I'm gonna basically yank this guy to his feet, arm under his neck, or pulling his arms behind his back, in a lock.
Okay.
And I, knife to his eye, like holding it just away from his eye with my knuckle so it doesn't accidentally stab him while I'm moving him.
And so you'll roll for either intimidation or gentle persuasion. Yeah.
Yes. So
intimidation
this is,
on this. You're in perfect position for it. See if you can.
so I'm trained in intimidation.
Right. Perfect.
And I've got my background as a bounty hunter. So I'm going to say, we told you we just want to buy some shit.
Nice. And a roll.
19.
Okay. 19. Well, I'll say that, you know what? Yeah, the minor effect is the blunderbuss goes down the first, and you can see at least that person is waiting to make a move because it's affected them as well. So that's a minor effect. You've affected actually even this. Now, as far as this person, yes, they also they're making some sounds, but again, sadly, they probably do not have a tongue. Again,
oh no, that wasn't this guy the door guard that we were talking to, or is this a different guard?
No, this is one that's.
Oh, this guy's got armor, so he's probably some other guy. I thought it was the guy that
This is his cousin.
Josiah was talking to. It's this whole like 2 different weeks thing.
I know, yeah, no,
like who are we talking to? This must have been
this is one that was coming up there, but they're all. It's not one of the engineers that kind of was spooked out and everything. A couple of them are on the ground.
This is the armor guy.
Yeah, again, no sounds, but
so he's like my human shield now.
He's stopping. He's got his hands up like this, and it's working. And I'll say that even the one who's now in sight coming back up, who's already been shot but is still coming up, again, with armor, now is, is kind of slowing down and putting their hands like this to make sure, because you have somebody at that. So
And
we'll
then,
keep
like,
it-
I slide into the room so that my back is against the wall and nobody can stab me in the back with him.
Uh-huh. Okay,
right.
definitely. So you're protected there. Perfect. Okay, and that'll stop them. Okay. Top of the order again. You can still hear people racing up the stairs, but at least the ones that are in view right now, full view, have put down their weapons and are dealing with this, this intimidation situation. Rob, what is T-Bone doing? Oh, T-Bone's flying down.
Yeah, I'm flying down.
Yes, so you hit the ground. The two of you guys are taking 2 bits of damage there, 2 little tick, tick, 2 points of damage just from getting the wind knocked out of. Both of you guys are going to have that. Unless you have armor. I don't think you know. No.
I don't think I
I'm
do.
surprised. Not yet. Okay, so yeah, he does. So yes, so you feel the wind knocked out of you, but you're at a tangled mess at the bottom of a room, and you can feel people racing past you, going up. So perfect. And you can make a move of some sort. Again, you're on the ground, but 2 others are racing past you on the stairs, going up the stairs from where you've just landed. That you can still do something.
I'm gonna let them run past me. Then I'm gonna roll over and shoot them in the back.
Okay. That you won't be able to do that in one move, just because again you just got the wind knocked out of you. It'd have to be kind of like not either non-lethal or non. I'm not trying to curb it, but just again getting the wind knocked out. You can get away from. You can grab. You can jump. You can prepare yourself perfectly.
Actually, I should have gotten my staff back from Jack because he doesn't know how to use it.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got a staff that I'm carrying. Is there any way I can, while I'm still on the floor, I pull it out and I hold it up so that I tackle them both?
You can, yes, you can try to get, there's one that's closest enough. There's one that's close enough that if you can really take that out and.
Well, if there's just one, I can just grab his legs. That's the other option.
Also, up to you.
I'll do that.
Okay.
I'll just grab his legs.
Okay.
Is that just a speed roll or?
Yep.
No? Speed. That means I'm going to spend a thingamajig.
Yep.
Vurt.
Whatever.
Because I don't need these pools. I'm dying anyway.
Right.
Here we go. Rolling. I rolled a 3. And I'm trying to let it go.
Yeah.
To make speed die.
Yeah, it's probably again because you just flew across the air in an arc and landed in a pile. But yes, you are. Do you want to have pulled yourself away from?
Yeah.
Okay. So that part at least you can do. As you reach out and miss the person, at least you're away from. You're untangled here. Perfect. Next is Pete. What's Buzz up to?
Right. So, as the tower of boxes cascades to the ground and puts a whole bunch of new crap all over the place,
Yep.
I grab the box of vase-covered ball bearings and toss them at the stairs.
Yep.
Then watch your step.
Yep. You do. And roll for it. Speed-wise. Just the dex of throwing them again, just so you don't hit 1. And if you get 19 or 20, you'll get a little.
Got a 14.
Okay, cool. So it definitely does that. And now everybody can hear the sound, the weird sound of, maybe 200 to 300 ball bearings hitting, but kind of a splash or sploop kind of, because they're covered in vase and just rolling, some of them slimy, kind of sliding down, but rolling down these stairs.
I'm going to say T-Bone is destined to be covered in vase again.
Oh, poor. You guys got to get out of Liverpool. Honestly, you guys are slipping and sliding in your own sick. All right. Yes.
Not wrong, my friends.
Yes. Now, what has fallen out here? Pete, roll.
Blurb flat parts?
Yeah, you wish. Roll 1d6. Got a
D6?
table. Yeah, just a d6.
I rolled a 1.
Okay, no problem. It's a table. Don't worry. Okay. Perfect. This. How do I do this? Because it's coming out of a box. I know. Okay, one of the boxes that you see that came out, you didn't quite realize, had holes poked in it for air, and you realize it was a pet carrier, but a really big one. And and when it hits, the front gate area or part of it springs wide open, and from inside you hear this growling, a severe growling, a deep growling, and that's when a creature jumps out, and it's a dog. But there's something wrong with the dog. It's rabid, and it's bursting out. There's something wrong with the dog, and we'll deal with that in just a second. So that's the chaos on that particular one. Okay.
Does this look like a pure dog?
I'm gonna say yes. Yes. So, but
Looks like superficially.
yes. So yes, absolutely, it does. But there's clearly something wrong with it. Either you can't tell what it is yet. It might be uncanny valley. It might be its movements. It might be something. But this is different than just a regular dog, and it looks vicious, and it's rabid as hell, and it's a Rottweiler. So it's a good size.
I'll be flying above that.
Yeah, exactly. Good thing you're on the wall. Okay, so that's now going up the stairs for me. For those two, oh my gosh, hitting Vaz covered ball bearings. I'm not even gonna say it. Both of them are quite literally head over heels, overhead over heels. They're doing, almost looks like backflips down, and they land with a absolute, splat at the bottom, and they're huffing and puffing. One of them is, again, trying to get out from underneath the other one. The other one's trying to slip to get out under. It's turning into a mess. T-Bone, you see them slide past you. Where you're at right now, if you're cool, if you're getting up these stairs is going to be rough, but that's what that is. And that's it for me on that. Dog is out of its crate. Okay, Jack, what is, you're out of the way for sure. You do see.
I am going to try to peek my head around the corner and try to enthrall the standing guard. Because Winter where did Winter leave off with the one that she was holding?
I'm like, I just went inside the door and put myself against the wall.
Okay. So I'm going to try. There's two out there. I'm going to try to.
It'll be a rough roll to do it. You can definitely roll for it. And if you can break concentration in the middle of this type of fight, it'll be.
Although everybody is kind of paused right now.
Right.
Because I've been.
But there's also they're beyond distracted because this weird fucking dog is just Rottweiler that's rabid has just jumped out of a crate that was on a shelf. Yeah.
So I'm going to spend some effort to do this.
Okay.
So it's a free activation. Otherwise, I'm just going to start. I
won't. You don't have to spend the points unless it actually works.
So. I got a 12. I don't know if that's with effort. No,
it wouldn't. No. But if there's some other action or movement or something you want to do in this last bit of that not working, you can do it. Like
I'm looking. So if I remember, they drove a van through the front of the warehouse, right? And I'm at the back.
Right.
So
Correct.
I'm gonna like try to like, you know, bargain. I'm like, hey, brother, over here, brother, how you hanging, brother? No, okay. And he's gonna spin back up, and he's gonna run to. I'm gonna try to get into go to the front of the warehouse.
Okay, perfect. So you get into the second room, this large room again that had, you know, the shadow tech stuff covered and things like that, and you get into that point. The standing guard there is running, the one it didn't work on, now is running out the door for his life. There's no damn way he's staying around. He's, you know, he's in camos, but he's not like the badasses coming up. So top floor is not necessarily top tier for these guys. Anywho, he's gone. You're in the second room. And again, at this point, you can just see it's a large room, and you can see there's another room ahead, and you can actually from there even see through where the van is crashed through. Perfect. Mike, you are up. What is Engel doing?
Engel. So I don't know that there's anybody I can see in the stairway. I know T-Bone is down there, and everybody else was like sliding down in the ball bearings and Vaz and everything.
Yep.
Where's
you're not hearing any more people or shouts or movement approaching. At least.
So the main
this
thing
dog thing at
the dog?
yeah.
Yeah, because you have a hostage prisoner kind of thing that's stopping, you know, the others. Also, the other people are falling down. But yes, the dog is the wild card in this situation, to say the least.
Does it look like it's going anywhere? Like I think I might actually just take my action on Overwatch, so that if it does head this way or towards me or towards the stairway here, that I'll be on Overwatch to take a shot on him.
Okay, absolutely. So yeah, definitely. Again, it's out of its crate. It's growling. It's, you know, it's shaking its head, and slobber is going everywhere, like Cujo meets the Sandlot. I mean,
yeah, I'm just like, you know, good doggy, stay there. You know,
right.
No move.
Yep. Perfect. Okay.
But if
you're on Overwatch,
if he heads towards where I know somebody's at, then I'll be able to take a shot. Yeah.
Got it. Perfect. Okay. Set. Winter in July. What are you up to?
What am I going to do? I'm going to look at Blunderbuss. I'm going to say, get your dog under control before I feed everybody here to it.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Perfect. She, you can hear it. You can figure out it's a she at this point. She can't speak to you, but the gun goes down like this. But then you can see that the gun goes up, and she's trying to point at the dog. So you, let's see, without speaking, you get the feeling that she's as terrified of this dog as you guys are, and the only control she has, she feels, comes at the end of it.
If you need to kill it, then kill it. I'll help.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. Okay, so you can that will count as your full action.
You help, and she pushes the guy at the dog, like literally at the dog.
Nice. Absolutely.
I was gonna say, we actually haven't seen what this blunderbuss does yet, have we?
No, I keep trying. Not gonna lie, I've raised it 3 times.
I kind of want to let her shoot the dog just to see what it does.
I'm not gonna fudge the dice. I can't wait to see what happens too. It's on paper. Okay. So
what I'm trying to do is get all the bad guys to aim at the dog.
Got it. Okay. When this person, because you have full control, when you throw this person towards the dog, they slip. This guy slips and slides, and he's trying to kind of kick away, but he kind of scooches and hits the dog. And at this point, the dog just attacks and is trying to ragdoll this guy. And he's grabbing at the neck, and you can see this. And everybody at this point is, you know, hearing this horrible sound, and everybody stops. The sound is of this terrible thing happening is so awful that even Blunderbuss is down like this, eyes are getting wider, everybody's stopping. So the sound of this dog trying to attack this well-armored person, the problem is the dog isn't getting through the armor. Its teeth are breaking. You can see,
I'm just
this,
calling
and
it. Call this guy Chew Toy.
grabbing, and it's grabbing, and at one point you can hear its jaw breaks. It's still going. It's scratching. Its nails are coming out. Like, this dog is out of its mind. And at this point you can see, and anybody who's a shadow person here gets the very, very familiar smell of death. That's all I'll say. But let's see. I'm looking through your stats.
The U-type shadow dog?
Says, yes, absolutely. That's exactly what it is. It is a U-type shadow dog. It's rabid. Let's see. In a raid, it is a rabbit and a creature that looks like a big zombie dog. U-type shadow dog. Rabid. It is, again, it smells like U-types. And these are the poor, unfortunate shadow men that are born with the U-type syndrome, which again makes the flesh kind of rot off, but also, it's a big stigma, of course. You can't really walk around. This is a U-type shadow dog.
That's unusual, isn't it?
No one has even heard of it. It's never, ever, no one's never been in a game cat. It's never been in this, at least that you guys know. Absolutely unheard of. This, basically a zoonotic dogs are one thing. Shadow men are ones that are able to get this. They're the only mode of being that can. But this is what looks like what looked like a pure dog that now has, it's falling into pieces. So it is growling. It basically grinds itself into just a mess. It breaks everything it can, and the person it's attacking is just holding it up like this, well armored. And at the end, it just kind of stops moving and expires in a heap and it broke itself. This is so horrifying at this point. Again, it's like a silence. The alarms have gone off or have turned off outside. There's still the lights flashing, but it's one of those moments where everybody's just stopped after this scene of carnage. And that is the point where these hands come up, and those in the stairs that were kind of looking up, there were put their hands up, and you guys have full control of the situation.
They put their hands up and then whoa, and fall on their face.
Whoop, whoop. Yep. The ball bearings being down now, it's possible to get up and down around the stuff unless you're not paying attention. So as long as you're paying attention, you guys can go up and down. But you do have three, looks like 3, 4. So Blunderbuss and 3 others, correct? And then one that left, and then one you threw. So the 2 that came up, 2 before, 6. Am I right? Is it 5? I have Blunderbuss. I don't know if I put her as 5. Yeah, she must be, because I put her as separate, the leader. Okay, so that you have 5 people in camo, including the one who has the big, weapon that is now down. They've all dropped the weapons. They put their hands up.
I'll go pick up Chew Toy. I'll pick him up, kind of brush him off, set him back on his feet. Good job.
His eyes, you can see it watering, and it's just like he's shaking, just absolutely shaking. He will never be the same. That's yeah. Even though he didn't get hurt, it's probably going to affect him deeper than any other battle. So, yeah, they will do what you say. He's up, hands up like this. They put the hands, cross their fingers up. They know what they're doing. They line up, and you guys are in control.
Got any more of that
Buzz
armor?
I have 2 thoughts dealing with hedge maths. First, should I use the hedge mask to pick up the ball bearings so that I don't spread Vaz anywhere else? Levitate as many as I can with hedge mask for as many times. That's one possibility. The other possibility is if it works like traditional cantrips where you can make things that are obviously magical temporarily, like you make a golden spoon that floats in the air but that won't last. I wonder if I could temporarily make a tongue for one of these people, just long enough for them to answer questions, then the tongue mathematically dissipates. I wonder if that's within the realm of possibility.
What ability would you use?
Hedge maths. I just make a temporary tongue that only exists as long as I put mathematical power into it, and as soon as I stop concentrating, it disappears.
The problem would be it would be under your. I know it's that's exactly what it is. It would be under your control, so it would be like a foreign body. Like they wouldn't be able to.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? I think if they could move it themselves, they'd be able to use it. Otherwise, it's even weirder in their face. But I get what you're saying. I don't think so. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
well, then I'm going to pick the ball bearings up off the stairs.
Yeah. Yeah, you can definitely clear the stairs and put those off to the side so no one.
You make a big magical squeegee and it just like across the floor.
Yeah, pretty much.
Perfect. Okay.
So Blunderbuss is the leader, and she doesn't have a tongue.
Yeah, no one here. Again, they all have masks on, and their hands are on their heads. So, and no one ever has seen more than this of anybody yet. So.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm the only one who wants to make them like get down on their knees, like facing the wall, like hang out behind them with a gun, right? That's
yes.
Oh yeah, do it.
Not menacing at all.
And they do. Yes. You guys are in
Do they all appear pure human?
You can only see here. No, one of them definitely smells and is like a dog and has definitely hair coming out. One of them probably a robotic tint to it. It's mixed mode.
Is it possible to take their helmets off? Yeah.
Sure.
All right, I'm gonna do that.
Yep, helmets come off, and these also, it's something that again can be removed once the helmet's off and just pulled down. It's still attached to the Under Armour.
Yeah, I want to see their faces.
When you do, again, it looks a little bit more white and wrinkly. Kind of like it's not that anybody sees the sun in Liverpool, but it's truly, it's kind of, they basically must use this all the time. And as their mouth kind of opens, you can see very clearly, no tongue. It's gone. They don't have, none of these people have tongues. And also these things, you can see now, have something to protect against, aerosol or any type of,
some
airborne
armor, man.
Yeah, these guys are legit. Okay, before we do anything else, history of Vurt world, real world history, or knowledge of, okay.
Vurt lore.
I've got real world history.
Try real world. Everybody do one roll with an int roll. Mike. Yeah, you do whatever you want as far as your roll, but your roll is going to be a little bit easier, and it'll make sense in a second. So I believe, if I remember your background. Okay.
I rolled a 15, and I'm trained in Vurt lore, if that helps.
Okay. You can't quite figure out, no, there's nothing like in a feather that kind of mentions it. So no, nothing for that. Okay. Next.
I got a 12.
Okay, just in a basic int. Also some basic int, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh wait, so this is you. Let's do yours last. Rob?
11.
Okay, also, this is basic intelligence roll, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, they're definitely paramilitary. They're definitely a group. They definitely don't have tongues, but that's all you can figure out. Jack?
I got an 11, and I have nothing of an asset.
Okay, also the same thing. You would know, again, you would probably figure out the fact that they're communicating the fact that they can't talk, but they're communicating somehow through their grunts or whatever. That's what you notice is, they can't talk to each other, but they know what two grunts means. This is sad, but it is what it is. These guys are badasses, and that's what it is. Okay, Shar.
I got a 7 with an asset for real world history.
Okay, you maybe think you remember, you've heard stories, but you can't figure out, this is weirder than the average case here. It's just weirder. Pete, yeah, you did, right? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a 15, but I don't know if it helps.
Yeah, it was Vurt stuff. So no. Mike, you got
I got a 12, and you were hinting at an asset, but
right, or 2. You have Sianka in the past, right?
Yep.
Some type of connection to the Sianka. What is that connection? And just to let everybody else know, Sianka is like kind of the almost more Eastern European influenced crime group that has made it over from different city-states. More the kind of, tracksuit and vodka crowd. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So.
and there's a lot of shadow genetics kind of mixed into that from what I've picked up before. And
Yeah,
I think
Sianka actually means shadow.
Okay.
So it is without a doubt heavy, and they're an organization that has their little tendrils of smoke everywhere. So 2 assets for that, and you got a 12?
Yes.
Excellent.
So I think that Engel, he grew up in Wigan, which is where they're really active. He's got shadow genetics. He's got a lot of ties into he's been around it. He's probably done work for it before. I think when he went to try to become a corporate mechanical mech jockey plugging into whatever, that was, I'm going to get out of this. And then didn't like being told what to do, and kind of didn't necessarily go back to Sianka itself, but kind of that dystopian future cyber operator kind of, doing jobs for what have you.
Yeah. And do you owe anybody anything in the Sianka? What is, if just what's your responsibility to them?
I think he tries to keep separate, but I think there are still some people who can come to him with asks. Okay. I know specifically, I know he knows a fixer who is another Robo-Manshad who's tied to the Sianka directly.
Perfect.
That's somebody who he's really close with. So.
That particular person is the one who told you. You remember now. It pops in the story very well. You didn't put 2 and 2 together until now, but you heard about this, this group that kind of went rogue, part of the Sianka, but there was a failed coup from within, and they were just known as the Tongueless. You thought it was just a nickname, but these are the Tongueless. And
just good at secrets.
Yep. Now here's the extra part. They cut it out themselves as part of the initiation. So
what?
Yeah. So this is something they're not doing to each other.
Why are we fighting these dudes? They are crazy.
They are crazy as hell. And of course they're fitted beyond. But they're technically part. They're not. They've broken away from the main Sianka, but it isn't like a total break. So in other words, if they're rolling around with this much shadow tech and prototypes and things like that, there's obviously some parts of the Sianka that are still feeding this kind of paramilitary group. So as always, the leadership of the Sianka is trying to fight each other and get each other through, and it's, total Sopranos in there. But this is...
See, that's why I wanted out. That's
yeah, exactly.
I want to be in the middle of that crap.
Yeah. So you have now met the paramilitary offshoot group of the Sianka called the Tongueless. And as we go to a 10-minute break here, you guys now are looking around. You have the opportunity to look around and see that not only is this room that goes down. Again, you have the map. Can we see the map last time here before we go to break. Not only does it go down, it goes into this big room, and there's a double door that's closed. But you can see that there's a drop behind where the stairs come down, that drops so far that you can't see into the darkness. So that's shady as hell to begin with. The other three walls do not have that. This is just this back wall kind of is opened up into this, chasm that goes down. But this is also a spot where you see some crates and things along the wall that have a whole bunch of things written in, in Cyrillic there, talking about top secret, this and that. So we'll start. You guys feel very comfortable that with these people with their heads against the wall, and down on the ground, heads against the wall, and all these fancy things, you feel pretty comfy that when we come back, you guys should do a little bit of searching of this place and see what goodies you guys are going to get, because in addition to the blunderbuss, you guys have hit across a treasure trove of prototypes. So that's where we'll start once we get back. Cool?
Nice.
Cool.
Yay.
Nice. Okay, so we'll take, should we take, was it 10 or 15? I can't remember last time.
10.
10, perfect. So 10 it is.
Cool.
Okay.
All right.
Be
Back in
a couple
10
minutes
for
or what?
loot.
Redacted. That means you lost it, right?
This into shooting downwards, but as you said, recoil for your size versus this thing
Plus he's hovering.
is something that you're concerned about. All right, let's roll for a speed roll. At this point, you know how to do it. It's not an int thing. This is just to see if you can manipulate these new controls dexterously.
I rolled a 1.
Oh no! This is your second
like Willy fucking Wonka, you fly through the roof.
It was really fun knowing Buzz while he was alive.
So,
Yes.
new characters for
I
everyone.
just want to
guys see
say,
him.
like,
Yeah.
it's not your genetics. This is why you're a mayfly.
This is true. Yes, it's true. You guys see, I will say this first. There's at first it looks like it's just a little mini green flame, almost like it's gonna maybe be a dud. However,
It's kind of like R2 getting spit out on Dagobah.
right. Yes. And then it's followed by what feels like a sonic boom that rocks your chest and goes out. And you can actually see a little smoke ring go out, and then the greenish, bluish fire flies out of this blunderbuss. And he at the top, Buzz at the top, like the head of a rocket, going off into space, flies through the roof, which breaks easily, of course, right through the perfectly placed, skylight that you were looking down, and we're so careful to warp through there. You break through that, glass everywhere, and you keep going up and up and up, and it does not stop. And I'm going to say, Pete, you would know this.
You end
What's
up
a
in
point
Manchester.
where, of course you would know this, what's a good point where a regular human being would run out of, the air would be so thin that you'd need oxygen? Is it?
Oh.
Is that like? I mean, I know it's thin, everything above 10,000, but it's like 20,000 feet.
Yeah, well, what is it? Because Everest is 5 miles up,
So that's,
I think.
yeah.
So like maybe 2 miles up.
Okay. 20, I'm going to say 20,000. You go from Liverpool, which is nice, you know, especially rope walks, is 0 as far as sea level. And you go up at the end, you're up 20,000 feet when it finally fizzles. You are so lucky.
Everest is 29,000. So yeah, about 5 miles. Yeah.
Awesome. So you've gone up. You can see not only Liverpool, you can see Manchester. In fact, you're up so high up.
You can see the curvature of the Earth. Yeah.
Yes, you can see almost. Hey,
Fly!
You can see Dublin off at one point. In fact, you can see so far at this point, you can see what might be Birmingham. I mean, might see as far north as Birmingham, and maybe that's Edinburgh or Glasgow way up north, but that high up. And then, again, it fizzles, and you're still holding it, but now it's a dead weight. Oh, you know, it's maybe 7 pounds or so, but it's you are flying 20,000 feet. You keep holding on to that thing, you're not going to be able to fly. So it's up to you how you want to take this 20,000 back to sea level.
that thing is going to level downtown.
It's going to be the same whether I'm hanging on to it or not. So I'm just going to drop and let it go. I'm just going to let it go, holding on to it. I'm going to let go of the thing at the last minute.
Gotcha. Okay. Now again, you don't. I'm
going to ride this blunderbuss all the way back here.
Yeah, you're going to get on the back of it like Slim Pickens and.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you still have the hat to wave around?
I love it. Exactly.
I lost the hat. No.
Yeah.
I turn to Blunderbuss and I'm like, I do this mentally. Is that how it's supposed to work?
Yeah. Now, going back down, it does not come straight back down. You're back in Liverpool, but you are coming down. Oh, you wanted to split the party? Let's split this fucking party. You are now, as you come down, you can kind of figure out, you know, oh, there's rope walks or something. Oh, but you're not coming down in rope walks. And you're farther east, you're into Dovecot. You may or may not know this, but you're a few districts over from rope walks. And Dovecot, lovely Dovecot, Liverpool. And as you're getting, again, closer and closer to the actual ground there, you can see there are high rises. It is certainly more of a residential place. It still looks terrible. You know, there's 100 floors of people with their laundry drying on the balconies. 100 floors of like half storage, of 100 floors of like people outside, smoking 2 cigarettes at a time, who haven't been to the ground floor in decades. You're flying down past all of this towards the ground. They're all kind of watching you go down. Lovely Liverpool. Oh, Dovecot. You're going to now roll a speed roll. Again, this is just to see if you can avoid hitting, as you, at the last minute, being, see if you can right yourself well. So,
okay. So I am definitely going to spend some effort.
I would.
I'm going to try and use hedge maths to slow my fall as well. I can levitate small objects with it, so I'm just hoping some kind of negative force will slow my descent a little bit. At least like not stop it completely, but maybe give me an asset to the roll.
No, but if you want to use that to levitate the blunderbuss, you can, but that would be part of you stopping. So in other words, you can't use it to push off of, but you can use it to, the only thing you really have control over at this point is the blunderbuss. Well, control.
Maybe you can grab somebody's laundry and use it as a parachute.
Oh, there's that.
Oh my gosh, Peter Sellers is going to jump out at any moment and twirl his mustache and yeah. Yeah, so flying down. Okay, so no, probably not for hedge maths as far as an asset for this.
Okay. So I will use it to try and save the blunderbuss, but otherwise it's a speed roll for me with a level of effort applied.
Correct.
Okay.
Level effort, it's 1.
I rolled an 11.
Want to use an XP?
Yes, if you put it like that, yes.
Yeah. Just roll a little bit better, please.
I rolled a 9.
Oh.
It was nice knowing you.
Oh,
Yeah.
Mayfly, sweet Mayfly. No, here's what I'm going to say. You start getting tangled up in all these, laundry lines going down. You're tumbling and smashing against one side to the other, like a pinball machine, hurtling towards the earth. The blunderbuss is out of your control, and it also bounces off something, and that's the last you see of it for now. And as you're going down, tangled up, you can't use your wings, and you hit the ground so hard that you black out. And technically, this means was it falling from the great height? What is it? It's like, I'm not going to do the 20,000 feet, obviously. I'm going to give you some resistance from bouncing against stuff. But basically, how do I do this? You make me think about the rules like this. What is it? Falling from a great height. I have on my. It's more damage.
That's a lot of damage, is what that is.
Well, it's
Yeah.
like
Now that's assuming that I did just a purely ballistic trajectory. But if I get all the way up to the top of my trajectory, I have no momentum. If I started my wings there, I could fall at a much slower rate than just if I were shot up at that height.
Right.
That's
Bouncing
true, but you
off.
decided
A lot
not
of it's a lot of it is, even if you had some bouncing off. So obviously it's not smashing into a gazillion pieces at all. I mean, there is resistance going down, but I'm going to say, oh shit.
How many points do you have?
Wait, let's see.
-1.
16, I think it'd be like double 8 for heavy, be at least double heavy. And extra heavy is 12, that's not enough. So 15, and it's not arbitrary. I'm really trying to give you a permanent injury, but not kill you from that, because it's glorious. How about 12? How about 12 extra heavy damage? That's the top of what a weapon would do. So
Okay, well that definitely zeroes out my might pool and dips into speed.
Okay. So you at least still have 1. So you're now again at a disadvantage, and you're blacked out for at least this round for sure. But good, you're not destroyed. Okay. Holy shit. So that's what happens on a 1 in a very safe test, shooting into the darkness. Okay. Where were we? Didn't expect.
Don't do that again.
To go. Yeah. Now again, Dovecot. You guys are you don't. The last you saw of your friend. Again, I don't remember how well everybody remembers Disney's Alice in Wonderland. It does fit in, believe it or not. Poor Bill is the lizard with the ladder, and he gets shot up into the sky, and it's a sad thing. And oh, there goes Bill, and someone says, "Poor Bill."
We wait for him to fall back down, and he doesn't.
He does not. It is cosmic horror. So anyway, and poor Bills are actually one of the monsters or the creatures in Vurt that we have specifically for that. They're lizards with ladders who shoot themselves. Anyway, so it just like poor Bill, you've seen your friend fly up into the air, fly up and disappear. And where he lands, you hope, is somewhere safe. Okay, for you guys.
So once Angiel stops laughing, yeah.
Yes. Yes. that's that. You have all done, you did your rolls for that room. If you want to, at this point, again, it's up to you. There's still places to look at here. You can come back here or whatever. You did have just one of your party members fly up into the sky. So I don't know whether you ever expect to see him alive again, is entirely up to you guys. It looked like, that was stratosphere shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna be realistic and just say that to the group, like, I think we're down one person. Let's keep going, because
Perfect.
screw this town.
I never liked him anyway.
I actually do have like one of the character connections from character creation was like, there's someone in the group who like amuses you, and I had chosen it as Buzz because like he never really fits into society, right? Like the things he does, where like I kind of get a laugh out of it, and that's why I kind of like him.
Yep.
So it's like, yeah, there's a definite laughing at his misery moment going on.
Now you have no joy whatsoever. Yep.
Yeah, my background was literally that, like, the first time we met, I smacked him. And, like, because I thought he was a big fly, and I was like, whatever.
Oh, you guys don't worry. The party is split just for a few minutes or so until you guys, don't worry. So as you guys are looking around there, or at least trying to get your bearings, Buzz, you wake up again. You're black, you're only blacked out for maybe, a minute or so. You're feeling, at this point, do you have to roll on the injury table? I believe you do.
I think so.
You do, because your might pool dropped all the way out. It's not permanent. So don't remember what page that is. Unfortunately, I'm going off.
I feel like it should be permanent, though.
Oh,
3,000 feet.
Yeah.
You should have
you mean GMs. So let's say that, you know what? Let's say, because this will be just partially cosmetic and partially, at least temporarily until you fix yourself. That's why you're, I'm gonna say that 3 of your legs were broken off. Which ones? I'll let you choose.
Oh, no.
But 3 of them you're gonna need to get replaced, and it's weird on your balance right now. But you're certainly lucky that you're RoboVurt and you don't have any. Correct? Yeah, RoboVurt. Yeah.
I'm trying. Yeah, I'm RoboVurt. I'm trying to find the injury table in my PDF, and I just come to one of the listings for injury, and it says, or if a PC survives a fall from the top of a building, it's reasonable to imagine that they may become crippled in some way. See the permanent damage table for some injury effects. So
permanent damage. We're jerks and we didn't even know it. Yes, absolutely. So go for the permanent damage. Those 3 legs are off, but let's see how it affects you. Because again, it's partially cosmetic for you. My God, blunderbuss.
That's page 158, by the way.
Cool, thank you.
So we still don't know what the blunderbuss is supposed to do.
Pardon?
So we still don't know what the blunderbuss is supposed to do.
Oh, you know how powerful it is, and you do realize now whether or not it was meant to go on full fire and basically overload like that is probably not. I mean, it was probably meant to have some semblance of.
Yeah. So did she respond when I looked at her and I was like,
nope. She's not a willing target. She's not a willing target. You would have to try. None of them are willing targets. Even though they're like this, they're closed unless you want to pry your way in. So you guys have seen him fly up, and you thought that was the end of him. Again, Buzz, you're blinking your eyes and trying to get your bearings. You see you've lost 3 legs.
My goodness, that fall seems to have altered my voice unit.
No.
Oh, Buzz.
No. Okay. I can dig that.
I don't know what something happening to me.
Perfect. And that's that's great. So would a permanent injury be? What, all social roles? Do you want to do the voice mod for social roles and as your permanent injury, or that's pretty heavy?
Sure, I'm already impaired on all charm and persuasion, so add that to that. It'll just be.
Why not? Yeah, let's do it. Let's make it even worse.
So does this make you sound even more like you're an advertising blurb when you're trying to communicate with people then?
Yeah.
Like before it was at least, I'm trying to talk to you. I'm a real person. Now it's like, I'm trying to talk to you. Tingle,
Are you
tingle,
traveling out
tingle.
of town?
Yeah, you know.
Don't travel by a blunderbuss.
This has been the permanent injury table. Lord. Good. And that worked for me.
If we get some type of company vehicle, it is now called the blunderbuss.
The blunderbuss. Absolutely.
If we get back to our ice cream van, yeah, that's
right.
So it's going to take a little while for you in game time there, Pete, for Buzz to get his bearings or whatnot. But there's some people kind of starting to crowd around and ask questions of you. But again, you're still trying to get your bearings and get your voice back. Something's wrong. And okay, so in the other 3 districts over here here in Rope Walks, you guys also again have, like I said, you have places to look around if you want to, or you can leave. It's totally up to you. But you've only searched one of these rooms, and again on this map, there's still 2 large rooms you guys haven't even seen. Really, you've actually Josiah has walked into that room, I believe, or you mentioned something, but yeah, you guys haven't explored anything yet. So.
Josiah will be doing a hard target search of every doghouse, farmhouse, chicken coop, and
nice. So if you start, let's say that you start in that first room here, again, the room where the van has burst through and hit a wall. There's that. Anybody doing do you guys want to just split rooms and roll ones? We can do that.
Roll ones, you say?
I feel like we need
Roll.
to group up
join the
and roll
club.
multiple times because we roll like crap.
Yeah. I would after this, I think we should keep the party together.
Yeah.
Well, we have I don't know how we're going to keep the party together. We have a party member who's 3 districts over.
We don't know that. I'm assuming he's dead. So our party is together.
He's dead
True.
to me.
So you guys, how about this? Kind to GM voice says, don't worry about if there's going to be a threat, I'll let you guys get to each other. But let's have, as you guys are searching around, Jack, you'll have Josiah look at the front room here. Someone else can look at the second room, and then there's a third room you haven't explored, and that's the subterranean one. And again, this is just kind of a basic search thing so that you guys can meet back up in this initial room and
We all need like a perception.
Yeah, it will be. It will be. But yes. So who wants to take this the subterranean room, and who wants to take the middle room?
Subterranean sounds like my type of room.
Got it.
I'll take the middle one.
Excellent. Okay, so let's have Josiah. As you're looking around, here's what you do see. There is some type of, it looks like a greenhouse. It's a curved like side building that has, definitely has fans set up to it. Inside, there's a bunch of plants. Again, unless you're a botanist or have some background that, gives you more insight to that. They look like just different plants. Again, there's charts next to all of them. These are experiments going on with these plants.
There's charts. What do the charts say?
You'd have to go inside to see. You can see all this because it's like a plexiglass curve.
Do I see in the room? Do I see any type of biohazard suits? Any type of gear that would indicate there's people would come and go through this room with protection?
Not from outside. You can see that this door, as well as it looks like most of these doors, has a little keypad to get into it that looks like standard security.
I don't really care about plants.
Okay.
So
roll now roll a 1d6 to see what goodies you might also
I got
see.
a 6.
Okay. You find there one of there's tables again. These are people have been working here. Looks like you're going to roll on the cipher list here. So that's, I think, page, is that 1 or 2?
Yeah, it's a percentile, 1d100.
Yes, correct. So you'll roll on that, but you're also on sorry, I don't have my notes here that show.
I got a 12, which is, where's the cipher chart?
Yeah, sorry, I don't have my.
Getting out the beautiful book that I can never ever see.
I'm used to my GM screen. I don't have it today, so it's like 290. It's towards the end, but yes, you do find that. And as you're looking for that, you also, I think it's like right towards the end. You also find a feather.
Found a cherry stoner.
Excellent. So that's yes. So obviously, break time here at the paramilitary has some hard asses there, and yes, there is cherry stoner. You can roll for level, but again, you also see a feather. It's a black feather. It is not normally marked, but you can see that there was something written on it in pen, but it's again since worn off. So it looks like somebody, this looks pretty bootleg, but you got a feather. That's a black feather.
Cool. Bootleg black feather.
Yep, absolutely.
All right.
Perfect. And do you have any Vurt knowledge of any?
I got nothing.
Okay, you do just a basic int roll right now, just to see if again.
I got a 20.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, for some absolutely bizarre reason, this bit of info hits you like lightning. For you read some story perhaps that talked about this, this hand-drawn labeling of this particular black feather, and in Liverpool, all these things, Sherlock into your head at once, and you get a migraine. But you do realize that this black feather is called the treacle mines of the Ditty Men.
The trickle mines of the Ditty Men?
The treacle mines of the
treacle.
Oh, like sweet candy treacle.
Gross.
Yep. So, yes, perfect. So that's what you get. Now, Shar, let's get you rolling, and then Jack, if you can roll for level there. Shar, let's get.
I got a 6 for the cherry stoner.
Okay, is it a 6 plus any?
For the level?
Yeah, for the level. 1d6 to roll level. I got a 6.
Excellent. Beautiful. Okay. Wow. Level 6 cherry stoner. Okay. Shar. Okay. So Winter is in the middle room.
Yes.
You can see that there's. Actually, Jack. One last thing I should mention. In that room there's a glass, a large glass window you can see through that goes into a room that's just a white room, white walls painted inside. There's nothing inside. In fact, there's no door, no visible door entryway whatsoever. You just see this panel, and you know that this is a small, maybe 10-foot by 10-foot room.
Is there anything anything in the room kind of heavy, like stone or anything that like had weight to it?
Tables.
There's the brick on the gas pedal of the van.
Okay, yeah, I think I would remember that, and I'd be like, I'm gonna go get the brick from the van, and I'm gonna throw the brick through that window.
Beautiful. Do a might roll.
I got a 13.
Okay, it counts. Yes, it shatters this small part, and it spider webs out. But you do have, a little bit bigger than a brick-sized hole there in the window. That's it. It's a broken. You can keep going from there, but you do at least have it open. You have to pull it if you want to, but you're in.
Yeah, I always cut myself. So there's a table where the tables are like big heavy tables are like cheap card tables.
Halfway between metal. If you get it going, you can just, with the table, you can smash the rest.
Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna pick up the table and just I'm gonna go into that thing, and I'm just trying to break the glass away so that someone could crawl into it.
Winter pokes her head through the door, like, what's all that smashing?
You make my job so easy. Yeah,
you're making the rest of us feel left out.
That was awesome. Oh, don't worry, you guys will certainly get yours in your room. Okay, the glass again goes through, and you feel something go by. You can't see it. Are you allergic to cats at all?
Is Josiah? No.
Oh, that's too bad. But you definitely get that smell of cat, and you almost hear like a ghostly.
Ooh.
And something
God,
goes.
I'm suddenly glad he's 3 districts away.
Guys, I've released a ghost. Everybody be on alert. I have released a ghost.
There it is. Okay, now second room.
What'd you do that for?
Yep.
Well, I didn't know it was a bloody ghost in the goddamn room, did I?
There's a lot of grumbling in Ukrainian from the other end of the hall. Yeah.
I shut the door.
Perfect. Yeah. Too bad you can't. Those are archways without shuttable doors. So this is happening simultaneously in the other room. Now, Shar, you're as the glass is breaking, you're looking into this room, and it's the sub room. Again, if you see the map image here, it's a line of cages, and there are dogs in there, and they're running in circles. They're not saying anything at all. They're too scared, perhaps, but saying. They're not barking or anything. These look like pure dogs. But they are.
Any shadow in them? Reach out?
No, not initially. No, you don't. And not even you could investigate that more, but just an initial thing. These look like terrified pure dogs. So they're in these cages, and it looks like these cages also have charts next to them. And there's there's other things around the room. Let's have you roll a d6 to see what else you may find in this room.
I got a 3 on my d6.
Okay, cool. Oh, now, okay. Let's see. So you see that there is, you can see that also, this is the middle room where there's a lot of these prototypes and everything. You can see that there's a line of drawers, these small drawers. They're see-through, and they have little things written on it. And, none of this makes sense to you except one, and then it says M bullet in it. And you open that up, and you see this little bullet, and it's swirling, has beautiful swirling colors in it.
Does it look perhaps a bit fractal?
Fractalizing, going in on itself. It's a Mandel bullet. So these are this is a fractal. This contains the fractal virus, and again, if you haven't seen this up close before, you've certainly heard about it, so you know how crazy this is. You also find next to this, yes, something next to this as well. Roll in the cipher list, or what, D100?
92.
Okay. Yeah, sorry, I'll see which one that is. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, so you'll find. Sorry, I don't have.
That's like page 300 and something, right?
I think so. 399. Yeah, 399. Yeah. So you'll let us know what that is. Next up.
Oh, and also I want to see if any of these dogs look like bloodhounds or good tracking dogs.
Yeah, sure. Yes, you see that a couple of them. You see a Weimaraner. You see a Vizsla. You see some good bird dogs. But again,
I
they
don't
are
want bird dogs.
bird dogs.
Oh, bird dogs. Okay.
Yeah, not bird dogs. No. These are definitely not bird dogs. But they are terrified, absolutely terrified. There's dog pee everywhere. This is,
That's fine. I'm just going to pick up one of the crates that's got them in it, and I'm going to take it with me.
It's not a crate. These are.
Oh, it's a cage.
Cage. You'd have to open it up. Yep. And again, these are all locked, and these are old school locks. So you can try to pick the lock.
Or I could smash it.
It's iron. They're definitely iron bars, and it doesn't. It looks like these are set to really hold them in here. So as far as smashing it, you think probably not. Yeah, these are really thick. At least there's nothing nearby that's big enough.
All right. Well,
but you can pick the lock.
Pick the lock first, without opening it all the way.
Okay. Perfect.
Like pick the lock to open it, but don't unhook it so that the dog can't get out.
Perfect. Now, do you have lock picking or something?
I do not.
Okay. Well, even as a background, as a bounty hunter,
man.
Yeah, I'll give you an asset to it for sure. Otherwise, it's a dex roll. What are you going to use to go into the tumbler there? If you don't have tools, it's gonna be pretty difficult. I still think you can try, but understand it's going to be really difficult.
I'm going to take one of the little pins from the taser blades, or the taser.
Sure.
Not blades, but
Mm-hmm.
It's thin and pointy.
Got it.
With those, and use those to work the lock.
Okay, so I'll give you an asset for just being a bounty hunter and having familiarity with this. Okay, done. Okay. Any effort?
What is this, speed?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll throw a level of effort in there.
Okay. Roll away.
20.
Above. Oh. Yes. Yes. And not only does the tumbler open and you get it perfectly, but you figure out there's actually a way to kind of jam it down and bring it forward. So you can now open up in the exact same way, all of the rest of these cages if you want to. But right now you just have it open so this dog isn't coming out. And it's absolutely terrified in the back of this little run.
I want to terrify it more.
Yeah.
So that it will not attack me.
It is not going to attack you right now. You do not feel threatened. You're more of a threat of slipping in its pee. It is terrified. It's probably been all of these have probably been mistreated. Looks like there's some experiments they're running on it. Something.
I want to be like I am the alpha to it, so that
nice.
it's like.
Yep.
You're my master, and I am your alpha.
Okay. Yes. That's where I'll end it for yours, but I'm going to have you roll to continue that domination thing with this animal as you go, and you get 3 of those, past 3 of those, you got a pet. So okay, cool. And this is a beautiful orange Vizsla, but it's terrified and it's underweight. It's like Santa's little helper there. Okay. Next, and we'll remedy that in a second. Who's next for rolling to do loot here? or look around?
Me?
Okay, you're in the subterranean room. Again, you can see that it does drop down. You can see that there's crates and things around there, but otherwise it seems like a pretty clear room, although you can't see how far down it goes. Roll a d6.
2.
2. Okay, this is in the subterranean level, so not that one, but 2. At the very, very, very bottom, as you're looking way, way down, you can see that there's something large that moves quickly way down there. And you get this sense, you know, it's already kind of, it's pretty stale air down there anyway, but it's this weird scent, not quite spices, not quite food, not quite drink. You can't quite figure out what it is, but something, some smell and something huge way, 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 way down there in the darkness. And that's all you find there in that one, unfortunately. Well, good, it's down there. Okay, next room is, yeah, there's no ciphers or anything in that room. Next room is, that's it. Mike, what room in the initial? I think.
So I know we talked about the other 3 going and searching rooms. I wasn't sure if I was trying to search the room that still had the hostages in it, or if I was just keeping watch on the hostages.
Yep. Yep.
Because I also have something I want to do with the hostages at some point. So.
Perfect. So roll the d6 first. This is just looking around as you're holding everything down in that top room.
Okay.
This is the upper floor.
That is a 5.
Let's see. Okay. There's an entrance to that other room there. You assume it's another room.
Mm-hmm.
A double door. It has a panel as well. The south side of it, not the archway, but the other side. And as you're looking around, you can actually see there's a weak point in between all the fighting and slipping and everything. There's a bit of a weak point in this wall, in the paneling, and if you wanted to break through it, you can get into this second room. You just see the weak point. And I'll leave it up to you. But yes.
Yeah, I'll try it.
Okay. It's a might roll.
Okay.
Yeah. You know how to do it. Now you just have to do it. So,
okay. Yeah, I'm just going to try it. I'm not going to try to spend effort right now. Actually, no. I'll spend 1 level of effort.
Okay. 12 to 8. Or sorry, 12 to 9. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And 4.
Yeah. Yep. You try to yank at it, bends, but it doesn't quite pull off, at least on this round. So you want to re-roll, or you want to use XP?
I've only got 1 XP left, and I don't feel like I want to spend it kicking a hole in a wall.
I can dig that. Okay, yes. Perfect. So that's what you see. Now, 3 districts away, Buzz, you found your legs in different spots. You don't have to roll for it. You can pick them up and get them. They were not far from where you landed. It's going to
put them in my pouch.
Yeah, it's going to require some repair, but at least you have your parts back. And at this point, again, there's people kind of crowding around. This is certainly, they're curious. They're also looks like they want to, strip you for parts. So yeah, you can kind of at least at this point, if you want to hide or stealth or get away from the crowd, you're going to have to roll for it, or for people like basically trying to pull your wings off you while you're still alive. This is Liverpool.
Oh yeah, I'm just gonna basically zip straight up, not too high.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe a little afraid of heights now, but I'm going to zip straight up out of grabbing range of people's hands. So,
gotcha.
I rolled a 14.
Okay, yeah. Sure. And this is again, either int or speed, depending, probably speed based roll. That's fine. So yes, you're up and out just out of the time where someone's trying to, pull off one of your 3 remaining legs. And you get to a spot on the wall where you can at least kind of, get a breather. So that's where we'll end it for you for right now. Okay, so this is the point where you guys have taken a look at, the rooms you have. There's a double door in the subterranean room leading further. And again, you have a map for it, but no one has gone in there yet. You haven't searched there. So I'll leave it up to you guys what you want to do there. Fortunately, Buzz, they'll find you in a second. Don't you worry, or not a second, but we'll get you guys together. Don't worry. but
Sheila's
yeah.
still here. She can help out, or not Sheila, Betty.
Ah, yes, Betty. Poor Betty. Yes, Betty is flying in circles and frantic, absolutely frantic. If you could hear it crying, it would be crying. Absolutely frantic. Where is Buzz? Where is Buzz? Yeah. So yeah, you have a very sad blurb fly that is not going to listen to you. It's just going to fly in circles right now, unless you have a controller or something. But yes, it's way out of range. So yes, so that is it there. Where would you guys like to? What would you guys like to do here? Again, no sounds of approaching police or anything like that. Rope walks. You drove a fucking van through double doors, but nope.
I'd advise that we pack up what we can, try to get that van working, and get out of here. Or we go back and fetch our van and then come back, but that seems more dangerous than the former.
Well, we had some crappy little car that we drove over here in for ourselves. That's still out there somewhere. That did not get driven through a wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, our wheels are not that far away. They're like half a block away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The car is, but we need. There's a good amount of gear here. I think would be useful. If nothing else, to take it out of the hands of these.
Let's try and repair the van.
Here's a crazy idea. Why don't we call in for backup? Because we
don't have a phone number for backup.
Because Mutcliffe doesn't want to talk to us directly. I actually still want to try to deal with these captives that we've got, if we can.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yes, the captives.
Because they were.
Ghosts?
Well, they were refusing to tell us anything, and I want to try to intimidate them into
Mm-hmm.
you will become a willing subject.
I would also still like to figure out what's growling in the basement room.
Mm-hmm.
That's their problem.
There's two pretty large events that you guys certainly would be thinking about. Again, something jumped past you when you broke through that glass of the seemingly empty room.
Oh yes, the ghost cat.
And there's still another room that we haven't actually gotten into yet too. So
correct, two rooms in fact.
So ghost cats are pretty common. Would we know that this description from Josiah sounds like a normal ghost cat or I don't know.
Everything in this place is a fucked up kind of version.
Yeah, but ghost cats are harmless, so.
Wait a minute,
yes,
are ghost cats actually a thing I'm not aware of?
But
yes.
Okay, just checking.
Yeah,
they come from the Vurt.
Yeah,
okay.
they shouldn't be as common as they are in certain places, but yeah, they happen. It's still pretty damn rare. But yeah, exactly. But Vurt world, Vurt knowledge. Anybody? Nope.
I have that.
I am anti.
Oh, no.
You're not in the room.
Yeah. So no. Yeah.
I could try it with an inability. It'll be fun.
Go for it. Well, get one. So just one roll from you with an inability to really rack your brains. So we'll drop it. Okay.
I got a 13.
Yep. So yes, you couldn't.
A cat. I got a dog.
It sounds like a ghost cat. Okay. So Yes, that's what it now.
I'm gonna like open the other cages.
Okay. Yes, the other cages are open. None of those dogs are leaving that their runs without you guys. Now, this is yes, this is the point where it wasn't Sheila, it was Betty, correct?
Betty.
Yes.
Betty.
Yeah. Betty at this point, beeping, and flies out of the warehouse there and up into the sky, on a mission of some sort. Yeah. And so that is what you guys see. Now, let's have. Okay, so you have the dogs, the cages are open. You have, again, none of them are going to go without either you literally pulling at them or doing some type of intimidation roll or something, but there's that down in the depths, whatever you saw is still down in the depths, and it's there, but I don't know what you can really describe. A smell, a look, bit of a glimpse of something huge.
Hey, T-Bone, come talk to these dogs.
Fine. I'll talk to the dogs. If you ask one of the dumb shits we have tied up, what's down there?
I tried. They won't listen to me. I may have to.
I'll pull up a chair next to the one who had the blunderbuss, because like she's like on the end, right? She's easily accessible.
Yep.
And I'll be like, so what's down there?
I will help you in a minute.
They don't have tongues.
And I can try to reach out and do the telepathy thing with her, which she was refusing before.
Blocks.
She will continue to refuse. Okay.
Yeah, it's a willing target, and she is definitely not willing. But again, intimidation.
Then I'll tell her that I'm willing to converse with her.
Horrible idea.
Hang on, I got a worse one. I'm willing to converse with her in English. That I consider English a strange language because it has hyphenated words, and that I have three favorite hyphenated words. One is mixed mode, 2 is cream filled, and 3 is execution style.
Nice.
So knock on her temple and say, "Open up."
Nice. Roll.
That's a hell of a donut.
Roll for that.
Execution style donut.
Definitely.
And I'm actually trained in intimidation and threats, so. Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
I have one last XP to spend to re-roll that.
12 for
because that turned out a 5, so let's redo that. 15.
15?
15 when I spent XP to re-roll.
Yes. Okay. Yes, she allows a very terse window in, and you can contact, or you can communicate with her enough for her to, to get your gist. And she says, "We have no tongue. We are silent." That's it.
That wasn't the question I asked. What's down there?
Let's see. I'm trying to think. If you're telepathy, and especially if you're communicating in English, you're getting images that don't quite make sense. You're getting images of a hippo. You're getting images of like a feathered, like a relief etching on an ancient stone of an old beast of mythology. But you're getting hippo, and she's definitely scared. And then at this point, she asks, she says, "Please let us go." Again, they're shivering there in their drawers, and you're realizing it's not because they're cold; it's because you guys are talking about what's down in the depths. Yep.
All right, now, how many captives do we have?
5.
5.
5. Now, obviously understanding that none of you are quite talkers, I'll make this simple. the first person to volunteer telepathically with my good friend here will be let go. The rest, we're going to use you as feeders for whatever is down in the basement. Obviously, I can't go in there as I am more valuable than you. So I'm going to count to 5, and if you would please just, well, you can't raise your hand because they're guided, but just nod your head if you'd give us some information, and we'll set you free. And otherwise, please keep quiet, and hopefully you know what the hell's down there, because we certainly don't. Yes? Can I roll for persuasion?
Yes.
Yeah. I got a 17.
Okay.
I'm also trained in persuasion.
Yes. One of them, the others, honestly, the other 4, blunderbuss included, is they're staying. One of them, you can see the smallest one kind of nods like this. He now sends something to you, Engel, and he says, they call it hippogriffon.
Oh, God, I know what they're doing.
Oh.
Hippogriffon.
Please. So now,
and at this point, he wets himself. Again, he's in his drawers, and the others look at him absolutely with needle eyes. They're embarrassed.
So just, and I know you can't talk, so just nod your head if I'm anywhere close to the vicinity of what I believe was going on in this facility. Are you idiots pulling creatures out of the Vurt?
At this point, everybody feels a rumble like this. Maybe it's an earthquake. Maybe it depends. Again, Liverpool is built on trash, and no, there's another one as well. And at this point, you can hear absolute thumping.
Is that thumping a goddamn hippogriff?
Yes, and at this point, bursting out of climbing up the wall and up out of the subterranean level here is what you're imagining this guy was talking about, and why everybody's losing their shit. It's something called a hippogriffon. And this thing is, again, it is most certainly a Vurt creature. It's a size, maybe twice the size of what a hippo would be. But it has, I have it here. It has, here we go. Sorry. It's some of you guys may have heard about it. It's a legendary creature, the body, tail, and back legs of a lion. And this is, again, clawing at the stone as it's climbing up and in. It has the wings of an eagle, again, that are folded and now are unfolding, out to probably 20, maybe 15, 20 feet wide. Eagle's talons as its front feet. And a giant red-eyed hippopotamus head that is just pouring foam.
You goddamn bastards!
Absolutely red. Its wings go out, and it breaks through the archway and slips into right into the middle of the room, and it roars with its giant, hippo face. It has its teeth there that are, been broken 1,000 times, probably from chewing on the skulls of its enemy. And it opens its mouth, and out of it,
Winter kicks one of these guys in.
Yes, out of it, even before
suddenly the
that,
blunderbuss exit doesn't look so stupid anymore.
flies.
It still looks stupid.
A whole bunch of tiny yellow birds. That are now flying everywhere, and they continue to fly out of its mouth, until the air is absolutely filled with canaries, and that's where we're going to stop.
Of course we are.
You guys have started a fight with a pure Vurt creature that has its own swarm of beautiful yellow canaries.
Oh, I hate the Vurt.
Oh, guys!
Lots of little yellow feathers to steal.
There's a putty cat somewhere. Floating around this goddamn place.
I
Bunch of canaries.
To be fair, I thought a pretty cat.
Yes. If anybody has if anybody has any what is it, the 10-second rest?
Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna do that.
Yeah. Let's consider that you did that right before this moment. That's all, forget 10-minute stuff. But the 10-second one, if you need it, use it now, because you guys are going to start this fight already way down on the in the pools, as well as being separated by quite a distance by one of your team members. And again, a legendary Vurt creature, the hippogriffin.
I vote we run.
See, this is
Pardon?
I vote we run. This isn't our fight.
Well, we'll find that out next
Grab
session
the
there.
talker and run.
Wait, you're a bounty hunter that gives up on the bounty?
Well,
Nobody's paying me for this shit. This is not shadow tech.
right. Well,
The value of a pure Vurt creature is astronomical.
yeah, and you haven't gotten your pet yet. Maybe you want to hang around, right? Anyway, yeah. So we will definitely start this up at this again boss fight, basically. Tier 1. You guys are kicking some ass. So again, after saying you guys survived next this boss fight, directly after that is when you guys are going to get this bit of XP to, again, so you guys can spend, because you've certainly earned it over the last 2 sessions as far as fights. Yep. So even
I'll be hailing a cab and heading back to you guys.
it's only 3 districts in Liverpool, which you don't know well. But honestly, that was worth every single bit. Imagining you go up.
I think I've earned a new skill. I think I'm trained in skydiving now.
You've earned several merit badges on this one.
You're trained in skydiving, but are you trained in sky landing?
Yeah, you are.
No.
Yeah, you are. That's perfect. So cool. So we'll start at this exact spot. The boss fight with the hippogriffin, a pure Vurt creature of myth and legend, which is in a warehouse in a Cyanka-controlled paramilitary group's research and development center. Oh, Liverpool, sweet Liverpool. All right, all. So we'll start here next time.
Okay.
Sounds
Cool.
good. See you
Thanks
guys
everybody
next
for watching.
time.
We'll see you later.
cool.